and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk with Anisha and Animesh. Today we will talk about the ban on Chinese apps in India. Well, on 2nd September 2020, the government of India banned 118 Chinese apps, including PUBG, the all-time mobile games for all the children, right? Well, another section of 69A of IT Act 2020, as it was citing threat to national security and the privacy of Indian citizens. Earlier, on 29th June 2020, India banned 59 Chinese apps, including the famous TikTok app, for the same reason. The government issued an explanation that these apps are illegally exporting data to locations outside India. It didn't mention the relation of apps with China, but these apps are mostly of Chinese origin.
Ever since, the Chinese forces clashed with the Indian forces on the borders and the border tensions grew, namely in the Galwan Ghati. The tensions between these two countries have so far increased to a great extent, and because of which a new movement erupted in India to ban Chinese goods. As a result, the banning Chinese apps was one of the side products or one of the sidelines of this new movement. As per government reports, these apps were transferring user data to various other locations illegally. This data would expose the privacy of the user, and it is a serious threat to them as well. So a is towards protecting the privacy and security of the data of the Indian citizens. The step will also increase the digital dependency of India. Namely, these Chinese apps, namely TikTok or other rummy games and stuff, were acquiring a large user base. When these with the decrease of these user bases, new startups or new games from India will now be able to capture these audiences, thus giving great boost to our own Indian startups. Other countries are also taking similar steps to protect the privacy of the citizens. It shows that India really protects and has great priorities for the security and privacy concerns of its users.
Banning of Chinese apps in India counters the step counters China's efforts to become a tech giant. The banned apps have a large user base in India, so this step could also add fuel to the boycott China campaign, which is intensifying due to the coronavirus pandemic and also because of China's aggressions at the borders. This move may bring more investment to the data centers in India. Many Indians were demanding a ban on TikTok for too long. But due to its weak content moderation and presence of vulgar content on platform, as TikTok is watched by children and adolescents too, many were demanding a ban. And even though the app was banned for a short time, the ban was lifted later. So the recent ban on TikTok app has made many people happy, and so I think this type of ban has helped Indians a lot. Some Indians are also earning income from these some Indians that were earning income from these apps, and some others are employed in their offices. This ban will impact them negatively though.
Banning these apps, of course, has got two of the effects. First of all, the first effect is that a lot of the Chinese application, the Chinese influence in India is now decreasing by banning these apps. A lot of user bases, as I mentioned, will now be able to be captured by Indian-owned startups or Indian companies, and there would be more investments in data centers in India. Data centers are something which is really important, and an evolving field in data center and for data center are the future because building data centers in any country would employ a large number of skilled workers, it would employ a large number of resources, and as a result large investments would be poured in from foreign investors. However, the downside is that a lot of people, for example, are employed in the company Huawei, which is a Chinese company. From the time the Chinese had clashed with India, it had faced a lot of backlashes and was aggressively firing people so as to accommodate itself. Another example would be ByteDance, or the company which makes TikTok. ByteDance has closed almost all the operations in India, because of which a lot of people have lost their own livelihood. So I think both of these applications, or both of the banning applications, has got two side effects.
I think this move actually helped Indians a lot, and I think most of the other countries would also take this step, as it affects as it affects nicely, and the banned apps that have a larger base in India could all the efforts of China to become a tech giant could also counter. So overall, or what I conclude is that this ban will act as a caution for all the tech companies to follow the rules and to store the data locally. And this is also a great opportunity for the Indian companies to launch and upgrade their apps as an alternative to these banned apps. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Till then, see you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.
Bye bye.